Okay, so I thought I would give you some sort of update. I feel like we have been recording quite a lot recently, but we haven't been explaining what we've been doing, what's been happening. So we've been sanding the deck, we've been removing the teak plugs and then the screws, and now we are replacing the teak bunks. We've done the teak bunks up to there, so we're almost, let's say, halfway there. And we have removed most of the screws up until this point. So not so much left. Another thing is this locker. So this chain locker for the anchor chain, Ziggy has sanded. Then he has put a filler, and that's pretty much ready to be painted with primer, and then we're going to paint it with white high gloss paint. Going back to teak, the tow rail, we have finished replacing all the bungs and all the screws, so they are all done. These are all new. These bulwark fair leads we have removed a while ago. It was not easy to actually buy exactly the same fair leads. I managed to find similar, so they had to obviously match the thickness of the hole, because they have to come together and close sort of this gap. You don't want to have a gap in between, because one comes on the outside and one is on the inside, and when they sort of come together you want them to join perfectly here. And it was very, very difficult to find one that was exactly the same as the old one we had. Obviously it's 40 years old, all the original pieces here, so it's very difficult to find a manufacturer that does the same ones. I did manage to find very similar, like I said. I'm gonna show you in a sec. Let me go downstairs. Those are the old ones, and those are the new ones. Let me show you. These are the old ones. You can see very much corroded. I have taken them to a place where I thought they can polish them, but they quoted me 70, 80 pounds per piece to polish, just to polish it. And we've got 4 of them, obviously. And I thought, wow, let me check quickly online how much they are. And when I found the average price was about 40 pounds, 50 pounds, some of them even more expensive. For a new, I thought, no, thank you, we'll pass. I'll just have to find a new one. And this is what I found. Nice oval shape here, matching whatever it was before. But on the outside, it slightly differs, which we were not entirely happy with. But it will do. I mean, it's giving me a headache. So, and it matches exactly the thickness, so when they join together, I thought, let's not be fussy and just leave it as it is. I mean, look at the difference. So I'm chuffed. I mean, when we start ordering things for the boat and not just taking it apart, it makes you feel like there is some sort of progress. Oh, one more thing I forgot. This guy. So this is a piece from our cockpit locker. So this is underneath our cockpit sole, and it's sort of like a locker that's right above the engine. Ziggy has also sanded it down, patched it up, and then painted with our PPG grey primer. Beautiful, state of the art. And then he painted it with 2 coats, I believe it was 2 coats, maybe 3, of the high gloss white PPG polyurethane paint. I think this is it. I think you are caught up to right where we are at the moment, which is still the deck. So So anyway, let's carry on. To remove the screws, we use the extractor set. It has drill bit on one end and extractor on the other end. So the workflow goes like this: drill, extract,
The screw itself. They're quite hot.
countersink, repeat.
Previous plugs, they were about 8mm. They were really nice, small. But we're doing the refit, so we cannot use the same size. We can go one size up, which is a 10mm. It's about 4 to 5 days right now.
Doing just that.
Maybe 6 days with the rough sanding of the deck. Because the idea was to roughly sand the deck so we can see which plugs we have to remove. But so much of them was showing a resin bed.
Yeah.
So I decided with not replace all of them. Yeah. That's not the end, because obviously we have to remove all the old caulking in those gaps here. I think that's going to be major work on the deck.
Yeah.
The biggest one. Obviously in some places, when you have the line here, which is a Sikaflex, when you start sanding the deck, in some places the groove is you're losing this groove.
Yeah.
So what I will have to do is just make another groove here, new groove.
That's gonna take a
teak.
lot of.
Yeah, that's a lot of effort.
Yeah. You gotta soldier through.
Yeah, I'm going to punch it from each side, and I'm going to do it. I'm hopefully in the next few weeks or a few months it's going to be done, and then it will be worth our time.
This was the result by the end of the day. Teak plugs replaced on the port side, with only starboard side that needs doing. We take care of other repairs to the hull, such as the openings from bolts on the transom where ladder was fitted. We start by drawing a template for cutouts. This has to cover repair area plus several extra layers. We use the pattern to cut out discs out of biaxial glass fabric. Okay, so now I've got all these ready templates, and I'll be cutting them just like here, from the biggest circle, slightly smaller, and so on. We clean the surface with acetone, prime it with epoxy resin, and we wait until it's sticky like a masking tape. When it's ready, we mix resin.
We need 2 minutes of stirring. Shake that thing.
You always lay them starting with biggest patch first, as it bonds to a greater surface area. Wet the surface with resin until it's absorbed, then follow with a smaller size of glass disc. So I've just applied my last layer, and I'm ready to apply a peel ply. I've done it on this one already. And that will be ready tomorrow in 24 hours to take off the peel ply, and that's done. What's that for?
That's priming before fairing compound to fair that one nicely. We'll do the first coat, first layer. Tomorrow I will apply second layer just to get the best finish as we can, and we will be doing this till everything is nice, smooth, and still as again have a shape of our hull, basically. Easy like that.
You probably can't hear that, but it's actually just started raining, and it's great. It's actually very nice. We had a heat wave for about, what, 2-3 weeks, babe?
Hottest summer from 1976.
Crazy, right? No rain in England, shocking.
I actually liked it.
You liked it?
I liked it.
I'm happy for the rain because everything's got yellow and dyed.
Good.
Now with jobs like these, I mean, you are kind of limited to how much you can do in a day, because obviously once we apply a layer of fiberglass, you have to wait 24 hours. It's not like you can do something else with it. And yeah, then all you can do is just move on to the next job you've got, and that's it. We go on and apply the filler to the repair on the transom, which has already cured overnight. Then we prime the old screw openings, also for application of the filler. Remember that repair to the bottom of the keel? Well, this has cured since we did that, so after sanding it down a bit, it's also ready for the first layer of fairing compound. There's something I want to show you. And no, it's not a rotisserie oven. You remember those winches that we took apart and then we dragged across Europe all the way to Poland for rechroming? Well, we didn't do the chroming over there because it turned out that the price is exactly the same here in the UK. So we did it here. I got a call yesterday that they are ready to be collected. And I swear this is better than jewelry. Ta-da! Absolutely fabulous, isn't it? I mean, they look better than I expected. They look brand new. It's beautiful. Fantastic job they've done. Let's see the rest. Brilliant, isn't it? Absolutely brilliant. I don't know what I was expecting, but I wasn't expecting this to turn out this good. And that's the top bit. I'm loving it. I can't wait to show it to Ziggy. Really happy. I'm really pleased with how they turned out. But that's not all the news I've got for you this week. There's something else. It's kind of related to the engine, and that's the engine panel. Remember the horrendous one that we've removed from the cockpit, and that's gone straight into the bin. Now Greg designed for us and he made a drawing for a new one, and this one is going to be made out of stainless steel. Greg has already all the components for it, so all the gauges like tachometer, etc. And hopefully this week or next week he will have it put together and we will be able to show you the end result. So I'm pretty excited about this as well. There's one more thing. While we were at it, designing the custom-made pieces for the boat, we thought, why not make another one? So me and Ziggy sat down and we designed a panel, an electrical switch panel for our DAF station. And that is also going to be made out of stainless steel, and it's going to have toggle switches with a red light above it and a very personal touch. But let me pull it up on screen so you can see. So as you can see, it's got the name of the boat, but also an outline of the boat itself. And I think it's pretty awesome. I think this is all the news I've got for you this week, and I would like to thank you for watching our videos, for subscribing, and especially I would like to thank subscribers that have been with us from the very beginning. We will see you all next week.